All right, it's day one of the final open here on Lake Oneida. It's September the 5th. It's my wife and I's anniversary, and they're launching the boats right now. Had a decent practice at best, and we'll just kind of see how the day goes. So here we go.
Just ease on by, guys. Ease on by. Don't have to get super close. Flight number 8, check-in time of 4:15.
All right, here we are. Stop number 1.
And probably the best spot.
Oh. Broke my line on one. That's why I can't tie a snell knot, I'm telling you.
There you go. Number 1.
Peggerhead, but he counts.
One blow up one.
Yeah.
Hey,
Come on.
there you go.
What can you do? Know what I'm saying?
Dude.
That sucks. Well, I'll put it this way, Jason. You may not say, man, my boater was clueless today. But I would say, man, my boater was clueless today. I'd be throwing my tail up under the bus.
Huh? Nice. There you go.
I saw him shoot out like a rocket and hit that dang thing, dude. Let's go.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. Just, I'm talking about bent my hook.
Look.
Good, yeah.
Oh yeah. Good.
Freaking bent the hook out, man. It's a dang giant. It's like a 4 or 5.
Watch the balance. Or what? What'd you say?
I said, what you throwing?
I just put a missile bait on. Ah, boy, that's a nice one. Huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Boat number 4.
What number?
4?
4?
I'm kidding.
I've already checked 4 in.
117.
Now look at you. I bet you could really dunk, can't you?
Well, day 1 is a wrap, and in typical fashion, it was a little bit of a grind. So I started out, I went to my first area, which was on the far east side of the lake, and the wind all day yesterday was blowing out of the west like 20, so the entire east side of the lake was like totally trashed. And then it just part of it when you're fishing these big open water, these big open waters, it just is what it is. So pulled into that first area, is blown out, went to the second area. I broke off a fish under a mat on a 1 ounce tungsten weight snell knot. Once again, if you saw the Chickamauga video, it happened to me twice at Chickamauga. I broke off on a snell knot. I just don't know how to tie them. I guess when I'm cinching them down, it's weakening it. But I switched to a Palomar knot and didn't miss any. So I ended up catching that one, and then I had one miss a topwater deal on some pads. And then I went to another area that I was catching them out of a mat, and then there were 2 boats that had kind of went through that, not bass boats, but like pontoon boats, and then missed a smallmouth on a topwater bait. And just, it's one of those things, like stuff that's out of my control. I didn't do anything necessarily wrong, but sometimes the fish just don't get your topwater bait. So that happened, and then I just kind of had to make a move, and I felt like I made really good decisions today. I ended up running to a place that I fished in pre-fish. I got a couple of bites, and I caught like a 2.5, a 2, and then I had a giant, like a 4.5, 5. It was a true giant. Totally just bent my hook. So I don't know, it's just part of fishing. Like I said, this year for me has been really trying, but it's kept me grounded at the same time. Like, life is more than how you finish at these tournaments. So it's all good. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling, and I end up catching, I guess, one more fish there, but we're gonna get after it tomorrow. I've got to bust literally like 20 pounds to even make a check. I want to seriously bust 25 pounds, which is honestly, 20 pounds is unheard of this time of the year out here. But we're just gonna go have fun. That's what it's all about. When I get to heaven one day, Jesus isn't going to ask me how I finished in the 4th Eastern Open at Lake Oneida. He's going to ask me how I stewarded my relationships and how I carried myself as a man, and what I did with his message. So I'm really positive, and it's just part of life. You just kind of roll with the highs, you roll with the lows, and you keep pushing. So we're going to keep rocking, and yeah, I'll see you in the morning. All right, it's day 2 of the Bassmaster, stop number 4, Eastern Opens on Lake Oneida. What a disappointing day yesterday. I lost a 4+, had a 3+ pound smallmouth jump over my bait, broke my line on a big fish flipping. that's just been the story of my year. So I should have had about, and conservative guess, I should have had about 15 pounds yesterday. If I'd have landed everything, I truthfully think it would have been 16 and a half, but that's been my year. And some days you're the dog and other days you're the hydrant. So it's just part of it. I'm hanging out with Rick Hammer today. He's sitting in second over on the co-angler. So just kind of like last tournament with Tim. Tim was sitting real nice, and I said, hey man, I'm gonna stay out of that stuff. And you know, Rick's in control. This is his day, and I feel like the best way I can just kind of steward today is honor Rick and helping him do well. I mean, if he wins this deal, it's $20,000. And Rick, would $20,000 change your life? So pretty awesome. So that's right. So anyways, they're starting to launch, and next time you see me, we'll be out chasing some fish. So it's a beautiful morning, super pumped just to hang out in God's creation. So see you soon.
Yeah, I like these brown fish. I like when they want to play a little bit. Oh, good one. Good smallie.
Jerkbait now, you're gonna catch big old smallmouth. Your boy just caught 11.5 incher. What a peckerhead. I was like, yeah, baby. Real good day yesterday. Stuff like that keeps happening. Digging.
I think you will.
Go over there in the tank, so come on up. How we doing, Austin?
Good, good. I just wanted to say thanks to everyone for coming out. This season definitely didn't go as planned, but I have to remember, and I encourage everyone, that our identity is not in how we do or our performance or promotions or anything. It's in Christ, right? So, you know, for this season, it was really, really big for me not to identify with the highs and not identify with the lows, but just to remember it's about Jesus. So this season was missional. I got to make an impact on men's lives for the gospel of Jesus Christ. So I would like to get 2 pictures if I still have those fish. Oh, it's all good. So anyways, thanks Bass for a great season. It's probably gonna be my last event, not because I don't love bass. This was a childhood dream, fishing the Bassmaster Opens. Fished in the Junior Bassmaster Classic twice. So just awesome, just great event, awesome series. Appreciate you guys a ton.
Awesome, appreciate you. Thank you. Give it up. 5'9" today, 13-12 is final weight. Rick?
Well, I'm back at the shop, hanging out, back from Lake Oneida. The final stop at the 2019 Opens for your boy. But had a great season in the sense of I had a lot of fun. I learned so much. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about fishing. I learned a lot about people, and truthfully, I learned a ton about myself. And you know, this year by no means went like I wanted to. I ended up finishing 99th, I think, at Oneida. I finished 80th at the James, finished 126th at the Harris Chain, and I finished 14th at Chickamauga. But you know, definitely didn't go as I wanted it to, and you know, that was tough on me. But you know, I think I learned a lot as a man, and where truly is my identity. You know, because here's the deal: when we get to heaven, God's not going to ask us how we did in our careers. He's not going to ask us about our performance in fishing tournaments. He's not going to ask us what our biggest bass ever was. He's going to ask us how we stewarded his message of the gospel and how we stewarded our relationships. And for me, it was huge this year, putting my identity in Christ amidst the failures and amidst the success. You know, I wouldn't consider anything for me a failure or success, because at the end of the day, you can only control what you can control. You know, I worked really hard. I can control my work ethic, and I stayed extremely positive. So, you know, if you control your positive mental attitude and your work ethic and your decisions, I thought I made great decisions all year. They just didn't equate in big fish, and sometimes those fish just miss the bait, or, you know, line break. Like, that stuff just happens. It's a part of it. So really the big thing for me this year was just growing, I think, spiritually and mentally, learning how to stay positive and how to stay grounded in my faith amidst the trials. So, you know, it's just part of it, and we're going to get after it. So the super exciting thing is I've got some guide trips. It's almost swim bait season, and I'm pumped up to put out some more content. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me and going on this ride with me this year in the 2019 Opens. Don't know if I'm going to be doing them again next year. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Honestly, I won't know that for a little while, but I appreciate you guys for hanging out on this awesome journey with me, and stay tuned for awesome content. It's going to be a fun fall fishing in the Smoky Mountains of Western North Carolina. Hope to get you on the water on a guide trip. Going to be catching some studs. So let's do it. See you guys. Boom.